Three, two, one. What's going on? Here's my usual breakfast: 5 egg whites, cucumber, tomato, and avocado. How's everything going? I know I haven't posted in a while on YouTube because, like I explained in the previous videos, the bodybuilding show got canceled. So I just stopped it, working on that journey. But I'm still maintaining my physique, going to the gym, eat proper. That's part of the life. It's not, it shouldn't be necessary for a certain event, just like a daily life, basically. A daily non-negotiable. You see, this meal looks good, but when you eat this every day, you get tired, you don't feel like to eat it, but it's something that you implement in your daily habits. You hit the gym. I mean, first of all, you got up, right? When you don't feel like to wake up early, then you hit the gym, and then you eat the meal that you're supposed to eat. These 3 wins stacked, you know, and they're back with gratitude because you just woke up another day. Because tomorrow's not promised. So the day you are gifted with, then you should not take it for granted. So, because this is for my own good, right? After trials and errors and research, I realized this is the best way, the healthiest way. Work out proper, not too crazy, not getting any hand substance. I do get my protein shake and my creatine. That's all what I get in the daily basis. So I'm talking too much. I'm trying to talk as I eat because I have to do this, right? Not get distracted, not procrastinating. So let's take the first bite. So yeah, how's everything going with you guys? I see some of you like commenting and say like I haven't posted in a while, I haven't posted live, I haven't posted this. I get it. It's all my fault. There's no excuses, but I do have this sense of respect, since I opened this channel, documenting my journey in this life to become successful entrepreneur. And like I said, I was working as a waiter when I started this, production. About 6 months ago, I quit my waiting job after so many years of working in restaurants, multiple jobs in restaurants. That's where I knew what to do. So I just jumped in a car dealership industry for the first time, and I get it, a lot of bad reputation. And I did pretty good, awesome job. They were impressed about my performance with no experience whatsoever. But the customer service backed up big time because you have to be a people's person. You got to talk with customers. You got to be able to read them, negotiate, have that emotional intelligence, how to read people and accustom to them, and provide them a good service and value or whatever they purchase in the car, right? Eventually, I got up after 2 months and a half because from financial standpoint and the fact that having a boss that always on your ass and micromanaging big time, that it comes with time that you don't want to tolerate such thing anymore. So I just jumped in solar panels, and I get it. There's also bad reputation there because a lot of homeowners got screwed, and I get it. But I'm not selling their solar panels. I am targeting particular homeowners that have solar panels already, and they're disappointed. And they're still paying the bill to the electricity, right? To the electricity, to whoever providers in that city, county, state level. So there's an alternative from a state program funded. It's called power purchase agreement. I'm not gonna go too deep in that. You guys can research. That's what I do right now. It's a hustle. I'm always on the road, knocking doors, facing rejections. But with the experience and rejection, you build thick skin, and you get it. Not everybody's your customer, but it's not like I'm selling. It's just I'm solving a problem that we can swap the problem with the solution, and that's it. Voila. That's what I believe in too, and that's what I'm doing for a living right now. Otherwise, I won't do such things like if I don't have that deep conviction of what I'm doing. And I've been like not even a month. In a couple of days, I'm gonna turn a month since I've been doing this, and commissions are pretty decent compared to other sales job I had. I'm not gonna explain in detail. It varies because I didn't get paid in full yet. Because for those that they know how it works, it takes time. First of all, you got the equipment installed, and then after that they get paid first, and then they're gonna wire the check. So it's a 1099 job. I don't have a boss. I set my schedule. Definitely, we have a culture in the group and the organization. Uh, we gotta be there on the field early, 10:30 till basically you don't go home empty-handed. You gotta please get a one deal a day. So my job exactly is to set appointments. I'm a setter. Obviously, not I don't have the skill yet to close the deals. Whenever the closer shows up to the appointment that I made for them, then it's a different skill. It's very elevated, and it's also based on your knowledge. So I'm still working on that. I'm not saying I'm not gonna do it. It just it's challenging. You expose yourself to a risk. In any job, you expose yourself to a risk. Even as we speak, breathing right now, you expose to a risk. You never know what can happen. But as long as you maintain good habits and your goals are aligned with the so your goals are aligned with universal laws, right? You do the right thing, the golden rule, the integrity, you'll be good. That's where I'm convicted for, to have that belief system that what I do, it's the how can I explain? It goes back to you. What goes around comes around. Apparently, I'm not good at eating and talking, because I'd rather talk and do this video and then I will smash this plate. Uh, Also, it's very important to have the necessary resources. Basically, I'm talking particular. What are you doing? What do you want to do in life? Is to provide yourself the minimum, like transportation, having a car. It's not easy. Either you finance, you buy it cash. How will you get the money? You got to work some random jobs, some jobs that so you can stack some money. So in these days, it's hard to have just a job and stack some money with no such a qualification or high value skills. And so for that, might need to work two jobs. But also, it's very important if you have a family member, a spouse that can contribute and support. It's exponential support that like adds so much help. I wouldn't be able to do this without my wife, and it's proven fact that you do have to have somebody in the same page, same team, that's mutual beneficial, right? I mean, it's a two-way street, right? So related about fitness, since this challenge is about fitness, I do work out in the morning. First thing in the morning, I do upper body. Lately, I just started doing upper body, upper chest, because I feel like I'm a little bit deficit there. I'm doing this natural, like I said. I'm always been confirming and advocating for natural bodybuilding, natural lifestyle, fitness, whatever you want to call it. Of course, you don't have to go to every day to the gym. It's not necessarily the best efficient in order to increase muscles. So for those that want to build muscles, right? Let me relate to those that they were in my position. I was very skinny, just bone and meat. I was a teenager, so I want to put more muscle. So what I had to do, research, diet, workout. Imagine, when I was in high school, I didn't have a job. I was living with my parents, and I had to eat whatever was on my plate. And I noticed how grateful I should be because my mom was cooking whatever was in the house. So little by little, I kind of, research and learn that looking for more protein than fats and carbs. Carbs are very good for especially like they're very underweight, not overweight, underweight. And by saying that, I was like eating a bunch of rice, a bunch of beans, and a lot of milk, a lot of peanuts, and that's like cheap. It was not expensive. I was buying in bulk from the store or wherever. But like I said, I was not employed. I was just living with my parents. But for those that are skinny and they're like complaining, man, I can gain weight. Don't eat junk food, okay? Don't mess your metabolism. You have a great metabolism. When you're super skinny, that means your metabolism is on fire. That means you gotta put more wood on fire. Basically, your body is an engine, and imagine this: the train, right? The old school. You put in wood, so we'll increase more combustion, and then the train will go in motion. So it's the same with your body. You gotta put quality woods. Basically, quality means not necessarily the most expensive or the most fancy, the most vitamins, where basically you gotta get the most raw, unprocessed. Let's look at the meats. Chicken is good. Chicken is the best, but you know that chicken can be very boring. You gotta figure out. You gotta how to put the season. Not too much season. Not too much sodium. Everything is necessary, but not everything has to be measured. You cannot manage what we don't. Sorry, let me say it again. We cannot manage what we don't measure. You measure every day your macros. It might be very complicated in the beginning because you're like, man, I have to measure this food. Just do trial and error, trial and error. You have all the time in the world. Eat properly. Don't overeat in one meal. Just split the meals. Okay, for those that have a job and they have a lifestyle, that they have responsibilities, it's challenging. And a lot of them, that's when they break. They break their promises, they break their commitment, because responsibilities, having a job, family, such and such, it might eliminate this commitment, this, that you want to take care of yourself. Because, a lot of men will sacrifice themselves for the family, which is noble, right? But the long term is not feasible, not sustainable, not because you get sick, then what was the point? All this sacrificing. So you got to be balanced, but not gonna lie, there's no such a balance. Because if you see where you deficit, there's like an area, I read in the book by Zig Ziglar. It's called Born to Win. So there's a chart. There's 7 categories where you gotta fulfill in order to be like a life quality based. So there's areas, but I'm not sure if I still remember. I'm not remember very well, but I gotta read. But most important is like career. I mean, I'm not saying which order, but I'm just putting this: career, family, health, wealth, community, and there was another one. But anyway, let's go back because I'm talking a lot of knowledge from the books. But let me tell you what worked for me. So what works for me is like after trial and error, after years, you get to simplify things and making sure they're making sure that you can commit and how can I explain? So every day you can't just put it. I mean, ideally is to put yourself at high standards, right? High goals, but also you have to be realistic. For example, you say you want to wake up at 5 o'clock from now on. It's not gonna happen. You have to do gradually, because if you want to wake up at 5, first day, okay, you did it, you hype. The second day, the third day, the fourth day, you're gonna be so exhausted because your body's not used to. So you have to have cojones to do that. And I'm not saying that those that don't do, they don't have cojones. It's just they're built different. The life you were having before, it affects the nowadays changes. So if you used to drink every day, used to eat all that bullshit, and used to sleep hectic, then suddenly you want to change to the right way, it's not going to happen. You're going to set yourself for a failure. And it's okay if you fail. But if you fail many times, then eventually you'll get it right. Okay? So I'm not saying I'm in the perfect life balance. I got the body I wanted, right? I'm maintaining the body. I don't want to be big. It's everybody's belief system is like this. How's the body you want to create? Who's the person you want to become? Okay. So let's see the area of fitness. Once you get the 6-pack and you get the fit, what areas you want to touch? Obviously, financially plays a huge role, because if you want to hit that goal to be a healthy and look good looking, you gotta eat quality, and that costs money. That's the world we live. Everything costs money. So how much money you need to make versus how much money you want, because there's a huge difference the minimum necessary income versus how much you want. Because you want $1 billion, but you gotta be realistic. In order to get billions, you gotta sacrifice a lot. There's one thing, like, you wanna make $1 billion, you gotta help 1 billion people. So imagine $1 per each one. Because everything converts into monetary, it is what it is, right? But you might say, like, not everything's about money. Correct. Because we're all gonna die. We all have an expiration date, but not exactly know when we're gonna expire in this earth. But since we have this life on earth, why not make it the full of it? Make the most of it. So at least you may have a significant life. By the time you're on the deathbed, you'll be like, I realized a lot of things. I can go in peace right now under the second another world, right? But let's not focus on this too much because it becomes like too dark, you know. So other than that, 15 minutes of me talking. And what about you guys? I would love to hear some feedback from your journey, from your progress. If you need some advice, I can tell it from my own experience, only and only from my own experience, okay? Because there's things I'm not agreeing with, and some people might have a beef with that. Like, for example, the steroids. I don't agree with that, but doesn't mean like somebody using steroids, I'm gonna hate them or dislike them. I will dislike their habits, their choice. But hey, everybody has their own choice, their own will, which is that's meant on the earth, right? Okay, I'm gonna wrap it up, this guys. Definitely, I'm gonna make a more video. I gotta eat this meal, and then after that, I have to do some chores, some errands to do today. I'm off today, but doesn't mean like I'm off on me. Still gotta work on myself, maintain mental health balance, spend time with family, recreate, reset, reignite. It's very important to restore your energy through a good sleep and food. Other than that, guys, I appreciate you for your subscribe, like, share. Nothing is like and share. It's free. You can share this for somebody that is confronting a situation, wants to get in a shape, right? A lot of people are confronting a lot of situations, man. Nobody's perfect in this world, and you shouldn't be perfect. But there's one thing that we can do: progress. Okay, progress over perfection. It's the best thing, the best feeling. Once you know for a fact that you progressed compared to the day before with yourself, you're winning, and that's very, very, priceless. And I get it. You might look at the other people, Lamborghini, Ferrari, millions of dollars. Don't worry about them. Worry about yourself. You have to focus on that foundation first. Skills, no. Mindset first, habits, skills. All these three is simple, but they break it down multiple branches, details, and everything. And some people might be fortunate to wake up way early in life and do the right way. In my case, I had to mess it up a lot of times. Wrong relationships, wrong jobs, wrong time at the wrong place, I guess. But I can't just blame on circumstances. I have to take everything full responsibilities and decide that I'm not gonna do that, do different, and then such and such, and see how is the outcome. But if you back it up with knowledge, you can apply more efficient, better, correct, and progressive. All right, guys, gonna wrap it up. Today's Saturday. Eat this meal. Eat more and more today and tomorrow, because the days off are where I bulk more. So during the week, I'm like not eating that much because I'm more in deficit. So anyway, guys, I hope you have a good weekend. Like I said, let's keep connected. Let's interact more. I'm open to you all. I appreciate for those that are watching this video. Okay, so we'll wrap it up. See you later.